Hey, what's up with it, y'all? Welcome to my podcast, Cold Narratives. I'm your host, Iceberg Green. About to let y'all hear some of these cold narratives. Check it out. Hey, what's up with it, y'all? Iceberg Green. So, we got here Daniel Penny. He's actually spoken out on his situation, and he had a bunch of malarkey to say about the situation, but this is his take on it. Check it out.
Well, I live in the East Village in Manhattan, so I take the subway multiple times a day. In this instance, I was coming from school. I got out of class around 2:15, and I took the J Street. I was at J Street Metro Tech. Took the Uptown F train. At Second Avenue, a man came on, stumbled on. He appeared to be on drugs. The doors closed, and he ripped his jacket off and threw it at the people sitting down to my left. I was listening to music at the time, and he was yelling, so I took my headphones out to hear what he was yelling. And the three main threats that he repeated over and over was, "I'm gonna kill you, I'm prepared to go to jail for life, and I'm willing to die." You know, this was a scary situation, and Mr. Neely came on. He was threatening. I'm 6'2", and he was taller than me.
Okay, so that was from Law and Crime Network. That's where I got this footage from. You know, it's fair use just to throw that out there. Okay, so I see people get on there. They got their cup, they got their radio, they dancing. And you know, we got people just like him in our subway, and most people don't see them as a threat because you see them all the time and they dancing. You may catch them on a bad day with dancing. Just ain't the thing today. You know, everybody has a bad day, but that doesn't mean you go up behind them, put them in a chokehold, and kill them. This is what this guy's been doing for years, and he had never posed a threat before. Now, all of a sudden, when you get on a train, he poses a threat. You can say what you want, Daniel, but you killed that brother, man. And cold choke hold. You feel me? So that's just what it was, man. So keep it real.
Some people say that I was holding on to Mr. Neely for 15 minutes. This is not true. I mean, between stops is only a couple minutes. So the whole interaction less than 5 minutes. Some people say I was trying to choke him to death, which is also not true. I was trying to restrain him. You can see in the video, there's a clear rise and fall of his chest, indicating that he's breathing. I'm trying to restrain him from him being able to carry out the threats.
Okay, I guess I got to remind everybody about a situation that happened out here in the Bay Area at North Oakland BART Station with Nia Wilson. Rest in peace to her soul.
Witnesses say a tall white man with a beard is the suspect.
There's blood everywhere, as you can see back there. You know, and there's a lady in there wearing a Warriors jacket, and she's screaming. And she got blood all over, and they told us that two people got stabbed.
This Caucasian guy, he had just been released, only had been out for 6 months, and for for violence, parolee. So this guy gets on the board. He was belligerent, talking crazy and stuff, and this guy actually had a knife. He stabbed Nia Wilson, her sister, and she died because of this on a train station. And there was no Daniel Penny's. Where was he at? Where was his character at? Them type of individuals at? And man, rest in peace, her. So I wish I was on that board that day, sister. Oh, I wish I was there. I would have had your back, man. I would have had your back. Okay, so you got to compare and contrast. This guy actually had a knife. Mr. Neely didn't have a knife. He didn't have nothing physical to harm anyone. All he had was his words, man. You know, and words, if that's the case, a lot of people should be incarcerated. All them white supremacists that's using threats, they should be incarcerated or put in chokeholds, I guess.
And then some people say that this was about race, which is absolutely ridiculous. I didn't see a black man threatening passengers. I saw a man threatening passengers. A lot of whom were people of color. A man who helped restrain Mr. Neely was a person of color. A few days after the incident, I read in the papers that a woman of color came out and called me a hero. I don't believe that I'm a hero, but she was one of those people that I was trying to protect.
And you know how you keep saying people of color. He's not saying black people. He's saying people of color. So who was you protecting? Was they the ones who told you to go ahead and get the brother? And one more thing, I'm sure Mr. Neely had been on these trains, and this is his profession. This is what he does. People know him for this. And for all of a sudden you to get on the train this particular day, and he seems to be this big threat. You got people on the internet, these Caucasians sitting on here, posting threats about killing people and actually doing it, actually carrying this stuff out, and they get away with it. They don't get stopped. You don't have too many good Samaritan Caucasians going to stop all these mass shooters. Where they at? You Mr. Good Samaritan, why don't you take that energy and go stop some of these mass Caucasian kids from killing everybody? Why don't you take that energy, Daniel, instead of targeting back black people? Because that's what you did, bro. Just keep it real, and you need to do time for this. For sure, a hate crime, time.
The reason why there was no video at the start of the altercation was because people were too afraid getting away from him, and the videos didn't start until they saw that situation was under control. I knew I had to act, and I acted in a way that would protect the other passengers, protect myself, and protect Mr. Neely. I used this hold to restrain him, and I did this by leaving my hand on top of his head to control his body, and I'm calibrating my grip based on the force that he's exerting. And I was trying to keep him on the ground until the police came. I was praying that the police would come and take this situation over. I didn't want to be put in that situation, but I couldn't just sit still and let him carry out these threats.
I'm trying to figure out, why is he trying to make it seem like he was helping stop a mass shooting? Why is he trying his hardest to make it seem like the whole BART train was going to blow up, like Mr. Neely had a bomb on him? This guy's really playing his victim to the fullest. You took it upon yourself to go up behind that man and put him in a chokehold. And of course, people, were trying to tell you to get off of him. And of course, he had some force against you, trying to get out that chokehold that would kill him. The move that you put on him as an ex-Marine, the possibilities are 99% chance that he would die. You knew that. So you don't just say, oh, you're trying to calibrate. Look at all these terms and fictitious words that he's trying to use to explain what he did to this brother. It ain't right, man. And you need to do time for your crime, man. I want to thank you all for tuning in. I also want to say God bless those going through the struggle, and make sure you watch out for them cold narratives that the government trying to push on us, y'all. And to all my black people, I will be nothing without y'all. God bless you all.